Raptors. Things didn't go as well as they did in Game 1. They go to the road even.
Nick, Doug Smith with Toronto Star. What did you think of your team's offensive flow at the start of the game and throughout the game? You seemed to get shots, but you just didn't make them, or were you happy with the way it moved?
Yeah, I thought we got better, Doug, as we went. Didn't start out very good with flow, like rhythm and stuff. I thought we were just a little stand around-ish and a little trying to play mismatches, a little more than just continuing to just play and let things come to us a little bit. But we picked it up. I think shot a really low percentage. Thought we had a lot of really good looks as well on top of that. So it's again, I got to look at the tape a little bit, but that's what it kind of felt like in the game.
Oh, hi, at the back, Lewis.
Lewis Zatzman, Raptors Republic. Nick, looked like coming out of half that you went to Gasol in the post a couple times. Was that more to establish him as a scorer or as a passer there?
Well, they put a smaller guy on him, so we wanted to get it in deep. We just needed some more paint touches. We would have taken the post up layups if we could have got him, but usually when he caught it, they were still doubling as well. So he just again had to make the reads to get it out. And it was okay. At least it got it in the paint for us. I didn't think we were touching the paint enough in the first half.
Michael Grange.
Hey Nick, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. How much challenge, difficulty did them moving Embiid onto Siakam cause you guys in terms of what you would have done otherwise or had done?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was difficult for us to handle by just looking at the numbers, right? I think Pascal had a low shooting percentage tonight. A lot of those were trying to take on Embiid at the rim and take advantage of the threes that were open. And Mark didn't get much either with a different matchup on him. So yeah, obviously it was difficult for us.
Blake Murphy, The Athletic. You mentioned before the series you were happy with your rotations in round one and you wanted to see them play out here. 2 games in, is it something with the bench pieces that you take another look at now with how those minutes have played out?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always take a look at it, right? I think we are always thinking about, any possible adjustments to it or changes or whatever. And this will certainly give us cause to reflect and review that for sure. What we come up with by game 3, I don't know yet. I can't think of, there's always like little things you wish you would have changed or left this guy in longer or put this guy in sooner or whatever. There's always little things here and there. But again, I think we played, pretty well with this rotation. We wanted to try and stay with it as much as we can. I actually flip-flopped it a little bit tonight. By letting Kawhi run the quarter one time instead of Pascal, et cetera, and a couple quick subs there with them. That was just based on the flow of the game and the flow of the players.
Mike Ganter.
Nick, Mike Ganter, Toronto Sun. Going back to Philadelphia, what do you need more from your bench? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but what do you need to get?
Well, I mean, we certainly need first and foremost, those guys are. We need them to be solid defensively and execute the game plan, right? We don't want any breakdown in coverages or poor transition defense, et cetera. I mean, that's where it starts really. But again, then they're all opportunity scorers, Mike, right? If driving lanes are there for Norman, he's got to take them. If shots are there for Norman, he's got to take them. If shots are there for Freddie and Serge, they got to take them, right? And I think they, for the most part, those guys made pretty good choices. There wasn't a lot of opportunity for them tonight. It didn't seem like, but it'd be nice to get a little punch from them. But again, I didn't think it was overly like I don't know, what are the numbers? Serge is 1 for 5. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of shots there. There's 10, 11 shots there out of the bench.
I'm going to Ian next.
Coach Ian Harrison, Associated Press. Coach Brown was just in here talking about the maturity of the performance he got from Jimmy Butler tonight. What jumps out for you in the challenges Butler presented tonight?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, listen, Jimmy Butler's a gamer, right? And a late gamer and a big time. He's gonna He wasn't going to be quiet this whole series, right? This guy can play. We know that. He's done it, and he's been in the playoffs, etc. We're going to have to look at some matchups, see how the matchups work. That's where we always start. Did we like who we had on him? Did we like the coverages we had on him? Which ones can we change and which ones can we improve on? And go from there.
Ryan?
Hey, Coach Ryan McNeil, obviously unfiltered. When you guys had that 17-4 run early in the third quarter there, you guys were 4-7 from beyond the arc. How important are three-point shots and making them for getting Pascal and Kawhi, shutting those double teams on those two guys? So how big are three-point shots moving forward?
I mean, they're obviously big, and again, I thought we did create a lot of good ones. I think there's always a couple there. You probably, after every game, you probably say maybe that one could have been a little higher quality, or maybe it was one more pass to the corner man, or maybe it was another paint touch or whatever. But again, we got to, make sure we're trying to attack them, right? I think we're doing a pretty good job of attacking them and getting downhill and getting it inside, and they're again now they're sending a lot of bodies, but that's not, we saw that in the first series, and then we just got to make the right reads out, and when you do, you got to knock them down. That's can take them all day, but you got to make some.
Marcus down front on your right, Coach.
Nick, did you anticipate their centers guarding Pascal and Ben Simmons sort of playing essentially Kawhi man up with a little help every once in a while? Did you anticipate those adjustments from Brett?
Well, I thought they did that a little bit to us in the regular season, so we had talked about that, right? I think Simmons worked hard on Kawhi, but they were giving him lots of help, right? They were really closing down on him in lanes and things, and they did a good job, I thought, of sending double teams to the other areas as well. Anytime we tried to post, there was double teams coming. But the biggest thing they did was they just got out. I think they got out with urgency. First half especially, we didn't get it out of the doubles that cleanly, right? And with enough zip on them and to the next action. Some of that was us. I thought we had chances to possibly get some back cuts out of double teams and things like that, and we didn't quite get there on those, and it made our spacing a little less spacey. You know what I mean? They could cover us a little easier.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Kyle will be in moments.
All right, so there's Nick Nurse. Let's look at how it went down in Game 2. Kawhi and the Raps. Joel Embiid playing with the stomach flu. And early, you could tell, was struggling. Brett Brown said he was on IVs before the game. Not exactly a great start. 4 points all from the line in the first half. And some issues. Siakam passed them. Embiid, that does not look like fun. Philly, they did, though, get some help. Deep Fish, James Ennis off the bench, double digits again.
Yes, we need players in the postseason stepping up, taking advantage of their moment. Ennis in Game 2, playing big early.
You say step it up? Jimmy Buckets had 30 points. He had 30 combined the last 3 games. On the break the other way, Kawhi, too easy. 15 at the break for Leonard. Lead, though, down to 12, and then Siakam, Frank, gets to work. Ooh. Tough. They need more of this tonight. Got a lot of it in Game 1.
Yes, definitely. More going to the basket. And the play before that, them getting out on the break, there wasn't enough tempo, when they were out of rhythm either.
3 and a foul. Now you need to go straight down and then hope that the other guy didn't go to an inverted. It's complicated. He made the free throw, lead 13 at the break. Gasol, Kawhi, nice cut inside. And then more easy buckets. Good passing. Siakam, and finally Kawhi took 10 threes, only made 3 of them. Here was 1. He had 35. Lead, though, down to 4. They fight back. But again, Fish, Jimmy Butler finding a way. And this is a big momentum swing because it stopped the big run from Toronto cutting that gap.
Yeah, I thought the way the Sixers finished the third quarter, Coach, really important stretch of a couple minutes. And that's how you win games on the road, still in a couple of those minutes to end quarters and halves.
Ben Simmons is 6 points in the game. Took 6 shots. Those are 2 of them right there. Kawhi going to work. It's what you'd like to see maybe a little bit more of because he has so much success when he gets to that paint.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast going to the basket, and maybe a little too perimeter oriented tonight.
Siakam had 21, 9-25 though on the shooting. Either way, Raptors again fought back and down by 4. But again, the Sixers trying to find a way. Jimmy Butler, he had 30 and 11 and made the big shots to stop 2 runs you saw there in the second half, but not done again. Kyle Lowry buries a 3. He had 2 of those in the fourth. Cuts the lead to 3 with a minute and a half to go. 1-point game, 30 seconds left. Joel Embiid. Money.
Play of the night.
Second made field goal, worth 15 of them. Didn't feel great, felt good enough to make the play of the night.
That's a big-time move by Embiid. Finesse, power, strength, IQ.
Footwork. I mean, the footwork that he exhibits for a 7'2" guy is just insane.
Kyle Lowry dribbling through someone's legs to go take a shot. Not the way he drew it up, but eventually he goes to Green. As you saw there, he missed the open 3. It wasn't the night for Siakam, Gasol, and Danny Green. 11 for 39 from the floor. 26-5, the scoring on the bench. But Kyle Lowry kept the minute late. Couple of big shots at 20 on the night. Here he is after the loss.
Kyle, Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star. In terms of how they came out and kind of scrambled their defense, put Joel on Pascal, showed Kawhi some different looks. What about that did you feel like maybe scrambled your offense a little bit?
It was a good adjustment by them. It was a game plan adjustment by them. They were kind of roaming off of, whoever and just playing all over and not letting Kawhi get off early. But they came out more aggressive than us. We didn't come out aggressive enough. We didn't come out, with a super sense of urgency. And we didn't play well tonight. And they played really desperate and played super hard tonight. And, they got a victory.
Michael?
Kyle, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. When you say when you look at some of the specific adjustments they made, were they kind of challenging Mark to get more engaged offensively? He only had the 6 shots, but I guess when they flipped Embiid onto Pascal, we've been talking all along about Mark being, able to do it without shots and moving the ball, etc. But are they kind of challenging him to be a little more aggressive?
I don't know. I think they just made an adjustment, and now we have to make an adjustment. I think if they do it again, we'll figure it out. And we went to it a little bit more in the second half. We got a couple fouls, on some duck-ins and some things, but we'll figure it out. We'll watch the film and see where we can get better and see how ways differently we can play and maybe duck him in and use him, spacing the floor. There's always going to be adjustments, and that's what the playoffs are about. And that's the great part about the playoffs is the adjustments. And we did a better job in the second half. We won the second half, and we just can't have that type of first quarter down 9, and then lose the second quarter by 4. So we can't have that type of first half. And but tip our hats to them. They played well. They made a couple of adjustments, and now we go back, watch the film, and prepare for Game 3.
Mike Ganter.
Kyle, Mike Ganter, Toronto Sun. What did you see from Jimmy tonight?
Aggressiveness. He came out really aggressive. He made some shots. He was attacking. He played really hard, and that's the type of player he is. He's an all-star, all NBA caliber type player, and he played that well. He played that way tonight, and he helped them. He had 30 points, and kind of, that was a lot of their points, in the grand scheme of things. So he played well tonight. Good, he did his job, and was attacking. But yeah.
Last call. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Aggressive indeed. 2 huge shots in the fourth. 30 points, double-digit boards. Was all over the place for the Sixers. In a win that sends them home even. We got more coverage. Don't move.